Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back, friends. A text alert sliced through the creative hum of my Brooklyn loft where I was knee-deep in the prin-stoned magic of a Catskills wedding, the groom's velvet jacket blazing against a crimson sunset, a moment of pure magic I'd captured under a storm-swept oak. My sister Nora's name glowed on my phone, but it was my father's voice that rasped. "Selena, we need to talk about Nora's wedding." And my heart lifted with ideas before he cut in with "Don't come. You'll steal her thunder." My wine glass tumbled, shattering on the concrete floor, Merlot bleeding into the prince and ruining a bride's laugh as my voice cracked. "What?" He was cold as steel, insisting. "Nora's day needs to be hers. Your awards, your photos, they'd overshadow her." She suggested this, and whether truth or lie, it stabbed deep. I hung up and dialed my mother, whose silence screamed before she spoke. "It's best, Selena. Let Nora shine." And memories flooded me. My poems torn down for her report cards, my gallery opening skipped for her recital. I stared at the stained photos, these strangers' joy not mine, just as Theo walked in, saw the wreckage, and asked, "Selena, what's wrong?" I choked out the uninvitation, the family script that always cast me as selfish, and he wiped Merlot from a print, saying, "They've always dimmed you. It's wrong." Weeks dragged with no calls from Dad or texts from Nora, the exclusion festering until my friend Leia texted, "Nora's wedding is a $1.2 million spectacle with Parisian lilies and a yacht dinner." And her fiancé, Derek, said, "You'd hog the spotlight," with Leia adding that Nora told him I'd crashed her prom and upstaged her scholarship dinner. All lies, as I'd left early for her speech contest. I sifted through old albums, seeing myself edged out of family shots, my art prize hushed because Nora flunked a test, and Theo found me there, saying, "Your clients see you," and reading reviews that said, "Selena Cruz frames love like poetry." At 2 a.m., Nora called, voice wobbly, "I miss you, S." And when I asked why I was banned, she said, "Dad says you'll dazzle everyone. Derek's investors are coming." "It's got to be perfect," so I snapped. "I've doled myself out for you forever," and she hung up. Over tacos, Theo and our photographer pals Zoe and Max pushed me to rewrite my story, with Zoe saying, "Shine unapologetically." And under Brooklyn's neon glow, I vowed to stop shrinking. In a Hudson Valley cabin, Theo showed me images of a Provençal chateau owned by Camille, with lavender fields and stone arches, and said September 8th was free weeks before Nora's, so I said, "Let's do it," fire sparking where hurt had been. I texted Mom, "Theo and I are marrying in Provence," and she replied, "You're sabotaging Nora," but I stayed firm. "This is our joy, not her stage," and blocked her number, feeling weightless. Our loft became a war room with linen invitations for 18 guests and lavender bouquets, and Nora texted, "Why steal my day?" As cousins pinged me, fed by Dad's narrative, but Camille assured me the chateau was secure. Days before our flight, Dad called, "Cancel Provence or you're cut off. Nora's collapsing from stress." But I'd seen her yacht party stories, cocktail in hand, and said, "That's a lie," to which he retorted, "They all say you're cruel," so I hung up unshaken. In Provence, the chateau's twilight felt alive, my linen gown flowing as I walked toward Theo under lavender-draped arches, our vows pledging to amplify each other's fire as Zoe and Max shot raw moments. No poses, just truth, and Camille toasted, "You've carved your own legend." A photo of us, hands locked against the vineyard sunset, exploded online, dubbed the decade's iconic wedding. And texts from cousins trickled in with praise and regret, but I didn't need their approval. 6 months later, my Provençal Spark Foundation funded artists stifled by family, and Nora texted, "Your wedding was you, mine was their show." But I didn't reply. At a gala, I accepted the World Frame Award, telling the crowd, "Your story is yours, don't let anyone blur it." And back in our loft, Theo filmed a teen photographer I was mentoring, her eyes like mine once were, and I told her, "Your art doesn't dim others," as she left with a grant, hope ignited. Theo grinned, "You're reframing the world, Selena." And I touched our Provence photo, radiant and bold, knowing I was no longer the shadow but the flame.
Thanks for watching PastQuest. If you enjoyed the journey into history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the past. See you in the next quest.